Robert, what's the story?
What's going on, brother?
How are you, my man? What's been going on?
It's good to see you. Nothing, man. Just, life still kind of feels like it's on pause in a way, a little bit. But, yeah, I don't mind it. I'm chilling. How's Jersey?
Jersey's good, man. A lot better than what I thought it would be. It's changed a lot. 30 fucking years that I've been gone. But it's a good change. It's still good. I'm in a fucking child neighborhood. I'm in a big time kid neighborhood, which is good for my daughter, shitty for me. I'm a fucking old man in this neighborhood, but it's still great. How's LA treating you?
LA's for me, like, there's New York, and then everywhere else is kind of all the same. I don't really care where I am. If I'm in New York, I love it, but I'm just at the point where I'm like, how many? I did like 2 winters away from New York in a row, and then trying to do a winter there back. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I couldn't figure it out. But I got family in Jersey over by Rutgers, and they love it.
What did I say to you? How you miss Jamie?
Yeah, I miss Jamie. She moved to Austin. She went when everybody left, but she's loving it. Her kids, the big thing was like, she was like, my kids got to go to fucking school. Like, the kids in LA like weren't going to school. They'd go to school for 2 days, then it would all shut down again because somebody would get COVID, or there'd be word of somebody with COVID, or it would just shut down because nobody got COVID. And it was like, she's like, I can't keep doing this to my kids. Like, when a kid is, one of her kids is 2 years old, 3 years old, she's like, not being around other kids is like, you feel like you're doing such a disservice to your kid,
It was a shitty fucking feeling. When the pandemic first hit, it was wild seeing my daughter slipping. I saw a kid that her first grade teacher wasn't her kindergarten teacher. She didn't like her first grade teacher. I could tell because she would talk a lot about the teacher at home. She never mentioned her first grade teacher. So she wasn't having a good time already in the first grade. And then the pandemic hit. And I could tell she was going backwards, like mentally. I saw my child getting sad. She didn't know.
Yeah.
You can't explain to a 7-year-old why they can't go to school. For a couple of days, she thought she had done something wrong. So it was kind of like, it wasn't good. And we were taking her to places, and people were staying away from us. We understood what was going on, but children really didn't understand. And it weighed a lot. It weighed so much on her that when that motherfucker announced, Garcetti, that there was no school in LA, I went and got a house 3 or 4 days later. Like, that announcement was made July 12th, and I knew my daughter had to go to school. I knew we had to get the fuck out of there. The people had fallen apart around us. I mean, nobody really knew, so I'm not mad at anybody. Nobody really knew the rules. Do you remember when they were telling you to wipe your mail? Like,
yeah.
Wipe the fucking mail and shit. Nobody fucking knew, So you have to, now we know more, we see what the fuck's going on. But in the beginning, nobody knew dick. And it was scary for people. And, nobody was going out. We couldn't get play dates outside. It was just me, her, and my wife, and a fucking tree. There was a tree in NoHo Park, and she would climb it and get off it. After a month, she got sick of that fucking tree. So I could tell that, you just get sick of the fucking tree. She couldn't even look at the fucking tree no more. And I couldn't blame her, and that's why I made the move. You look at your children, and they're like, they weren't, this is not good. And the numbers are going up again. And parents are sitting here going, are we going to take this beating again this year? I mean, there's a lot of parents. I know LA is expecting it. I know New York is expecting it. Fucking Texas, the numbers are blowing up. But this is what they're telling you, Robert. If you're not there, like when they tell you shit every day that things are going bad, then you talk to somebody there, and they're like, things are all right over here. I don't know what they're talking about. So who knows what the fuck is going on? All we could do is control what we do right now, I guess.
And that's the thing. I think, like, more people need to be comfortable with saying, like, yeah, I don't fucking know. Where, like, I'm not on social media, but I hear all these, like, anybody on Twitter is like, if you even say like, oh, I got a sore arm from the vaccine, they're like, you're an anti-vaxxer, you're a this, and they're like, no, the person's like, no, I just said I got the vaccine, and here's what it's like, the same way you said at first when it came out, they said all this stuff, and then they said this, and then they said that, and even up until, 4 months ago, it was like, if you got the vaccine, you can't spread it, this. So what we know is we don't know. Right? We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going on. So just being able to be like, hey, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not really sure. I think that's what we need to do more, instead of everybody like 4 months ago, people were yelling at you if you didn't get the vaccine, like you're spreading it. And now that's different. It's like, hey, maybe let's just we don't know. Like, we don't know what the fuck is going on. And that's, I think, I don't know, man. I don't think enough people are comfortable being like, I don't fucking know. Like, because that's how I feel, with all of it in the last year and a half. And I was just dating this girl, we stopped talking because she, she's like, oh, I want to have kids in the next, when we met, she said, I wasn't sure if I want kids. I said, I wasn't sure if I want kids. And then her sister had a baby, and she came back from seeing the baby, and she's like, I want kids. And I got a 3-year timeline. Like, I want kids, after she held the baby and saw her family around the baby. And I totally got it. I was like, yeah, I get it. But after this last year and a half, I told her, I'm like, I don't know. Like, how after, for me, like, after seeing how life was in this last year and a half, for me, planning 3 years ahead with somebody who I met 2 months ago, I'm like, this seems crazy to me. Like, how the fuck can we do this? So we just, we kind of went our separate ways. But it's, I don't know. I hear people making plans for 5 years from now. Oh, here's what I'm going to be doing. That I'm like, what? I don't know. I just had to sign another fucking year lease. I'm like, I feel crazy putting this pen to paper saying I'll be here another year. How the fuck do I know? It's just crazy. It all feels nuts,
I gave up. I live day to day. I gave up. I know what I want to do, and I know what I don't want to do. I took an acting job at the end of the month, even though the numbers are going high. What are you going to do? Stay the fuck home all the time? You got to have some type of contact. You got to be out there, and you got to work a little bit, And when I took the job, I'm like, what, am I fucking crazy? I'm like, no, this is what we do, and we got to keep pushing. If not, they're just going to keep selling fear to you. And if you go online right now, they're selling fear. They're selling the vaccine. They're pushing the numbers. They're telling you. And you know what? I'm fucking sick of it. Like, I don't even want to read it no more. I got the vaccine. I got a J&J shot. Between you and I don't even know if there was anything in there. I think it was fucking water with fucking powder, for all I fucking know. It was Johnson & Johnson powder. They put some water in there to make it look a little weird, and they fucking shot it in my arm. I didn't get sick. I had a headache for a few days. People saying to me, I've had some health issues the last year, and people like, do you think it's the vaccine? No, I would love to fucking blame the vaccine. But I was sick before I fucking took the shot. I had anxiety, and my tooth was fucked up, and I had knee surgery, so it had nothing to do with the vaccine. It was just my anxiety was from last August. My fucking dental work was from last year in California. My gums got swollen. So I don't know what the fuck happened with whether the vaccine. People gave me shit for getting the vaccine. But I knew it was going to turn into what's going on now. They're threatening people. I saw something last night where just a thing, I went to check a score on Yahoo or some shit. And it said, you're going to lose money at work if you don't get vaccinated. What the fuck are you talking about? So we're not going to get paid our worth because we're not vaccinated? I mean, and I know this is bullshit. These are just people writing articles and stupidity, but that's where we're going. So I just wanted to get the vaccine, get it out of the way, and I'm happy I did. I don't know if I'll get another shot because it doesn't fucking matter. All these vaccinated people are getting the Delta variant. So what? And now they're going to develop a booster in 2 weeks, just like that, just to fucking. So all this sounds fishy. I don't want to say it's fake because Look what happened to the people that said this is bullshit, like Ted Nugent and all these people. There's no COVID. Then a week later, they're like, fuck, I got hit by a truck. There's COVID. Make up your fucking mind, cocksucker. Either there's not. So I don't want to put COVID down, but I just say I don't know what the fuck is going on. That's it.